I wanted to find out who exactly were the most successful / best drivers in the 2010s, and so I did. Stop! Super license and subscription please. Oh, you are not subscribed?
We're gonna have to take you in!
The first method I came up with I called the average championship position. So I took the results of every season between 2010 and 2019 and put them in a list. I'm going to take Sebastian Vettel for an example and added up all his championship finishes between 2010 and 2019 and divided it through the amount of seasons he completed. In Sebastian's case, that means 25 through 10, which gives an average position of 2.5. When you do this with all the other drivers, the list goes as follows. Hamilton leads the list with a 2.4 average championship position. Vettel comes in second, only 0.1 position behind Hamilton with 2.5. Webber comes in third with an average championship position of 3.75. Rosberg is fourth with 4.86. Raikkonen is fifth with 6.13. Bottas 6th with 6.29. Verstappen comes in to 7 with 6.75. Massa into 8th with 7.75. Alonso into 9th with 7.67. And Daniel Ricciardo finishes off the top 10 with 8.25. This method shows us two things that are not good. First off, I would never think that Mark Webber was the third best driver in the 2010s.
And the reason why he's so high, he only made 4 seasons in the 2010s, and in all 4 seasons he was in a championship winning car, so he had the best car for all his seasons he competed in. Secondly, guys like Ricciardo, who just started their career and hadn't gotten into a good team yet, need to compensate for a bad finish. For Ricciardo, it was 18th place in 2012, so this is also taken into account.
So my second approach was to do it in real F1 fashion. First place finish in a championship gets 25 points, second place finish gets 18 points, third place 15, fourth place 12, fifth place gets 10 points, sixth place earns you 8 points, 7 earns you 6, 8th get 4, 9th get 2, and 10 you only get 1 point. When you apply those on all the drivers, the top 10 shapes out as follows. First is Hamilton, still with 189 points, closely followed by Vettel with 183 points, then a whooping 100 points gap to third place finish Rosberg, the only other champion we had in this decade, with 83 points. Fourth is Alonso with 75. Fifth, Raikkonen with 72. Bottas comes into 6th with 69. Ricciardo with 54. Weber with 53. Verstappen with 45 and Button with 44.
To hold him off. I think Vettel's got weight. Yeah, he's got weight. He turned in too late. He got the tyres. Button.
If you compare both methods, you see some of the drivers ranking a completely different position, and so I thought, why not take both in account? If you take Max Verstappen's average championship position place, which is 7th, and his F1 scoring position, which is 9th, add them together and divide through 2, you get a value of 8. If you do that with everybody, the final results look like this. Hamilton would be in first, Vettel in second, Rosberg in third, Raikkonen in fourth, Webber in fifth, Bottas in sixth, Alonso in seventh, Verstappen in eighth, Ricciardo in 9th and Massa in 10th. But I wasn't happy how that turned out either. So I decided to count in a third factor, which was points scored in this decade. Here are the top point scorers and how many points they exactly scored between 2010 and 2019. And if I take all 3 statistics that I showed you before in account, the overall ranking looks like this. We've got Hamilton in first with an average position of 1, Vettel comes in second with an average position of 2. Third is Rosberg with an average position of 3.3. Fourth is Raikkonen with an average position of 5. Fifth is Alonso with 5.6. Bottas comes in sixth with an average position of 6. Weber comes in 7th with an average position of 7. Verstappen comes in 8th with an average position of 8. The same amount as Ricciardo, who is also the average position of 8. And Massa rounds up the top 10 with an average position of 10. And yeah, this is my final result. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you know another method I can use on this or any other decade, please leave a comment and describe it, and yeah, I will try to figure it out. Bye!